Bain & Company, a name synonymous with strategic prowess and corporate turnaround, found itself at the center of a storm in South Africa. The global consulting giant, known for its high-profile clientele and impactful advice, became entangled in a web of controversy that shook its reputation to the core. This essay delves into the specifics of Bain's misconduct in South Africa, particularly its role in the restructuring of the South African Revenue Service, or SARS. We explore the damaging consequences of its actions, both within the country and on the global stage. Finally, we examine Bain's attempts at reformation and assess whether they are enough to warrant a comeback in the South African market. Bain's journey in South Africa took a dark turn when its involvement with SARS came under intense scrutiny. Initially brought in to help modernize the organization, Bain's role soon became mired in allegations of impropriety. The firm's restructuring plan, intended to streamline operations and enhance efficiency, was accused of having the opposite effect. Critics argued that the restructuring served a more nefarious purpose, to weaken SARS's capacity to combat tax evasion and illicit financial flows. The heart of the controversy lay in the dismantling of key units within SARS. These units, responsible for investigating complex tax schemes and pursuing high-profile individuals and corporations, were systematically weakened and their leadership sidelined. The result was a chilling effect on SARS's ability to fulfill its mandate, leaving the country vulnerable to financial misconduct. The details of Bain's restructuring plan at SARS painted a troubling picture. Instead of bolstering the organization's capacity to fight financial crime, the plan seemed to prioritize a narrow set of objectives that benefited a select few. Critics pointed to the dismantling of the High-Risk Investigation Unit, a crucial team within SARS responsible for tackling complex tax evasion schemes, as a prime example of Bain's damaging influence. This unit had gained a reputation for its effectiveness in holding powerful individuals and corporations accountable for tax avoidance. By targeting this unit, Bain's restructuring effectively defanged SARS, leaving it ill-equipped to pursue those who sought to exploit the system for personal gain. The consequences of these actions were far-reaching, extending beyond the immediate impact on SARS. As SARS's ability to collect taxes and combat financial crime waned, the South African government faced a significant loss of revenue. This loss had a ripple effect throughout the country, impacting social programs and hindering economic development. Moreover, the scandal eroded public trust in key institutions, fueling a sense of disillusionment and cynicism. The fallout from the SARS scandal was swift and severe. The South African government, recognizing the gravity of Bain's actions, took decisive measures to hold the firm accountable. In 2022, Bain was banned from tendering for public sector contracts for a period of 10 years. This ban, a significant blow to the firm's reputation and operations in South Africa, served as a stark reminder that even global consulting giants are not above the law. The repercussions of Bain's actions extended beyond South Africa's borders. The scandal sparked international outrage and prompted scrutiny of the firm's practices in other countries. Governments and organizations around the world began to question whether Bain's pursuit of profit had come at the expense of ethical considerations and the public good. The firm found itself facing a wave of negative press and public condemnation, damaging its brand and eroding the trust it had worked hard to build. In response to the mounting pressure, Bain embarked on a campaign to repair its tarnished image. The firm acknowledged its missteps in South Africa, admitting that its work with SARS fell short of its own ethical standards. It pledged to implement significant reforms aimed at preventing similar occurrences in the future. These reforms included enhancing due diligence procedures, strengthening internal controls, and fostering a culture of ethical conduct. Whether these reforms are enough to earn Bain a path to redemption in South Africa remains an open question. Skeptics argue that the firm's apologies and promises of change ring hollow in the face of the damage it inflicted on SARS and the South African people. They point to the fact that Bain has yet to be held fully accountable for its actions, with no individuals within the firm facing criminal charges. The South African government, while acknowledging Bain's efforts to reform, has maintained a cautious stance. The government's decision on whether to lift the ban on Bain's participation in public sector contracts will be a defining moment for both the firm and South Africa. It will signal whether a company that has engaged in such egregious misconduct can truly atone for its past and regain the trust it has squandered. The road to redemption for Bain will be long and arduous. It will require more than just words and promises. Only through concrete actions that demonstrate a genuine commitment to ethical conduct and accountability can Bain hope to rebuild its reputation and regain its place in the South African market.